Part two, we got about, you have an hour and 50 minutes left, I think, 55 minutes left to be ombudsman. Okay, everybody, I try to think of something different that nobody asks you. Accomplishment. Okay, like I always say, like I was talking to the premier yesterday, and he said that, okay, he'll listen to take the recommendation about the pension, what the panel is going to suggest. I said, yeah, that's like the ombudsman recommendation, but doesn't have to go by it. Like, you're gone, you could have stayed another 5 years, right?
2.5 years.
But you didn't.
No.
You'd be like...
I'll be 60 in a week.
Don't look like it.
Well, I feel like it. But the other things, I've been commuting for 20 years between Capelé and Fredericton. You know, I was elected the first time in 1991. That's 20 years this
And it's
year.
incredible you're still alive, because I seen you're driving. My God.
It is incredible I'm still alive. I had a few close calls in the winter, especially. You know, just making this commute every single week, living in a small apartment, and you know what that's like, and working very many nights. You've seen me do that.
Yeah, seen you.
So I mean, I think that takes a toll, and especially the last few years with the adding the Child and Youth Advocates role and all of the emotion that's in that job. I've been feeling it the last 2 years, especially. So I thought I still feel good, and I do want to continue to contribute. I mean, I'm really committed to First Nations children. I'm committed to Plan Canada. I chair the board of Plan Canada. It looks after and supports children in 50 countries around the world. I'll be doing that. It's volunteer work, all volunteer work, but really interesting, and I think it's something that I can do without having the everyday responsibility for hundreds of complaints and a budget and employees and all of that. I think there comes a time when you have to accept that you're growing older, and then you adjust to that. Is
the ombudsman job, is it lots of time you found out, not useless because you like the media? I mean, it's not like you like the media. You use the media at your advantage to put the word out, and that's good. The other ombudsman, you only hear from them once a year. But did you find there was too many doors shut in your face and the government didn't take you seriously enough? Well,
I felt I've always been taken seriously, just that the issues are not easy. I mean, when people come to us, it's because they've been turned down somewhere else. So it's
last resort?
An office of last resort, and that means that only the toughest cases come here. If they were easy, they don't come here. So finding solutions to always tough cases, like I say, nobody calls to say they're having a good day. Everybody that calls here has a problem. They've been turned down, they're frustrated, they may be angry. We can't always help those people. When an ombudsman office has about a 25% to 30% success rate, that's considered very good because it's the last resort. So I think we've done pretty well. But what I've tried to do even more than that is to use the media, my credibility, if I have any, to promote things like youth mental health, better child protection rules, the rights of First Nations children, and just to work on some of these files to see if we can't improve things for all children. And so I've really concentrated on that the last few years, and it's tough work.
Have you broke down?
I mean,
I've never seen you broke down, but in private. Have you broke down?
You know, it's tough work, and I've had many nights that have been sleepless. Because I'm just the way I'm made. I don't leave stuff at the office. I don't close the door and then it's over.
Oh, I know that.
I take it with me, and I think about it all night, and I worry about the people I can't help, and it's my nature. I want to help everybody that comes to see me. It's not always possible, and it bothers me. Absolutely. You know, I'm feeling worn out. I haven't. You know, I'm not. I still think I can contribute to New Brunswick, and I want to do that. But I have to do it in a different way, and I have to spend more time with my wife and my children, and my grandchildren.
We'll get to that later. Where is? I seen you once. You come and talk to me. You were hurt. Won't mention no case, no name, but it was a baby that died, and you were hurt. That really bothered you.
Well, I've said many times, and I don't mind saying it publicly through your blog, but I'll never forget the look in Juliana St. Peter's eyes. that haunting look. It appeared on the front page of the Telegraph Journal. Now, I worked hard on that case, took the government to court because they didn't want to disclose all of the information, and we won. We agreed, and they changed the law, and then they gave me the information. So that little girl's face I will never forget if I live to be 100 years. And that was as close as I came to kind of just feeling so desperate about having to find a solution. And I couldn't do anything to bring her back. It's like Ashley, we can't do anything to bring back these people. That First Nations girl who died while in care. But what we need to do is to learn from those cases and to make things better for all other kids.
Do you think my case, and I really appreciate it, you did help me, you wrote a letter stating that I should have had the right to a lawyer when I was arrested in St. John in 2006. And that's still going on today. Summary conviction. You don't have the right to a lawyer.
Mm. Yeah, and every province has a different legal aid kind of system. It's hard to imagine, especially with the fiscal challenges that the province has today and for the next 2-3 years, that they're going to broaden the scope of eligibility for legal aid. I'd be surprised. But I think there are some cases, and yours was that kind of case where it really was justified to have legal representation. There were important issues at play there, the rights of a blogger to cover an event, and so I thought it was important that you be represented, and that's why I wrote a letter. I don't know what kind of job you would have done representing yourself.
Oh my God,
that's another issue.
That's another thing. The judge would have said, Mr. LeBlanc, you've been watching too many Medlocks. They say disclosure. What's that? Oh my God, it was so bad. Okay, we're at the end of this.